Hey girls, so this is totally informal. I just thought while Donnie was still sleeping, I would go ahead and just record how I use, how I use Streak, Google Streak. So one thing I need to add, you do have to use Google Chrome. So I did download Google Chrome and that's also where I was able to, sorry, I'm just gonna move into my bedroom. That's also where I was able to do the whole kill my newsfeed thing, because you do have to be in Google Chrome to do kill my newsfeed. Just wanted to throw that out there, sorry. I don't wanna wake Donnie up, so I'm moving him. All right, so this is how I use it. Come on. Why won't it let me click? Okay, there we go. So this is Google Streak. I know it looks really weird. It probably looks overwhelming, but I'm telling you, it's easy. You just have to kind of play around with it a little bit. So I'll just tell you exactly what I do. So what you'll do, I don't remember how to download it. Yes, I do. Okay, so how you download Google Streak is you have to go over here, and I think you go to apps, maybe, more, go to more, go to, you'll just go to more, and then you'll search, sorry, I have no idea where it is. I just want to find it so that I can try to be as helpful as possible so that you're not like looking everywhere. I know I went here somewhere. Come on, where was it? Apps. Google Apps. Oh my goodness, I have no idea where I found this. Sorry. All right, let me try this again. Let's just type in Google Streak. It's probably not going to look the same on my end because I already have it, but okay, here you go. So just type in Google Streak and then install Streak for Gmail. And you'll know it's installed because you'll have this option right here. All right, so then when you go into your Gmail, it's going to show up in your Gmail. So this is kind of nice so that you don't even have to go on Facebook. And you can also look at this on your phone. I haven't done that yet, but I think you can download the app. Anyway, so here's where your Google Streak is, this little orange box, pipelines. Pipelines are going to be like little groups of people. Think of like a sales funnel, like pipelines of different funnels that way. So my first pipeline, the one that I use the most, I just named it networking and inviting prospects. This is basically just a list of all my contacts, everyone that I talk to. So what I do is, so you'll have your pipeline, which is all these people, and then you break them up into these little categories. So I have added to network, convo started, form, contacted, invited, details asking questions, send videos, more details costs, sign up options, sent order link, invite to free group, not at this time, like they're not ready to join, and then no response after I followed up. And you can update these however you want them to be. You can add, you can take away. All you do is go up here, you rename it, you can delete it, you can change the color. So you can do this in however order you do your conversations. I did it this way because this is the exact order that I have my conversations. I write their name in when they accept my friend request, and then so like if I don't have a chance to, if I'm not doing my power hour and I'm on the computer and I see someone added me or whatever, I'll just add them into my network. I don't always use the added network, because most of the time I just start the conversation. Obviously, this is totally however you want to do it, but I'm just showing you what I do. So Convo Started is basically like my Hey Girls. I'm actually going to change this to Hey Girls because I like that better. So this is just like I'm reaching out to them. So these are all the people that I've messaged and that they have not answered me yet. So once they answer me, I move them into form. So then that means I'm obviously talking to them. We're conversating back and forth. But the hey girls, these are people that have not even answered me yet. Contacted, invited means I've obviously sent the invite. Details, asking questions. This means I'm asking them their goals, giving them more details. I sent them some videos to look over. You kind of can understand more costs, details. I'm giving them pricing options, and then this is where I give them sign up options. I sent them the link, and I like to break it down like this so that when I'm doing my follow-ups, I can go right to these people who I sent the order link to and follow up with them first, because they're my warmer people. And then I have a group for invite to free group. These are people who aren't ready to join me yet. Maybe they don't have the money, but I want to invite them to my free group because they want to do something. And then these people said, not at this time. Obviously, these are just a couple people who just aren't ready yet, etc. And then no response, meaning I followed up with them like multiple times and they still haven't answered me. So you can do this however you want. And then you can also update this right here. So I had more categories here, but I deleted them because I just wasn't using them. I thought these were really the only ones that I had. So obviously name, date created, this actually populates on its own. So I don't even have to type in the date, which is awesome. The way you do that is, so you'll go in here and you'll do insert column. I'm just going to show you, and you'll do magic columns. So magic columns is just things that will, I guess, automatically update on their own. So I just did date created, and then you can also do one date last updated. So if you go in and update the notes on this person, it'll populate to date last updated. I didn't personally like that one. I don't remember why I took that out. Maybe I'll add that back in because I don't remember why I took that one out. But I'm going to add it back in because I kind of like that. We'll see. So anyway, that's how you'll do date created. So when you type in their name, it'll automatically put the date in, which I love. Followed up, to do this, you'll just insert a column and you'll do free form. That gives you the chance to whatever, and this will just let you have a blank box of just where you can type in notes. So you'll want to do free form. Oh my God, I totally just lied. You'll want to do free form for the notes section. That's the one where you're typing in, I meant. The followed up is you'll want this to be, I think I made this one a date. So I did insert column and I did date. So when I go here and I start typing in like March 16th, 2016, it populates and I can just hit enter and the date will populate in. Notes, that's just going to be that free form that I just showed you. Insert column, free form. Programs. I did this because I wanted to try to remember, quickly glance through what program we were talking about. This way, if a program came on sale, I can just glance at this and kind of see. I obviously don't really fill it in that much. I swear I did. I had a few people. Anyway, maybe I have it over here. Well, maybe not. Well, I thought I used this. Maybe because people who I use this on have ordered. I don't know. But the way I do this is I do tag, insert and tag. So let me explain what that is. So what happens is if I start typing in 21-day fix, it just populates on its own and I can just hit enter. See what I mean? So I have it for different ones. So I like that. And then this way I can just glance through and see who did I talk to about programs, and I'm just going to remove this because I still don't like it. And then I can just kind of glance through and do that. So I'm trying to think what else. Okay, so one thing I just learned this morning, I was finding that I had so many names in this list, right? And it's kind of overwhelming. And I was kind of getting to the point where like, is so-and-so on this list? Like, I can't remember if I added Jillian, right? So I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to like search for her without having to literally like go like this? So you can just come up here and start typing in her name, and all like this is all the streak people. So obviously she's in there. So this morning I was entering in a bunch of different lists of names, and I was trying to make sure I had everyone, and that's how I YouTubed how to search for people in Streak. Actually, no, I looked up in the help anyway. So yeah, you can just start typing in names, and you'll see where they are, and you can just click on it and it will bring up their box. So this is all their information. So this is where you can like add notes this way. You can put in this date here if this is easier to do it instead of doing it on the other page. The way you get there is you'll click this little box and it brings this up. All right, so most of the time I just enter in my notes here and I do everything here. But if you want to change this person from the Hey Girls to now informing her, you'll have to go here and just update it here and move them along in the process. So I wish you could kind of like just drag and drop them, but I don't think you can. Yeah, no, you can't. I tried to like do that before because I thought it would be easier to just like kind of drag and drop people where they are, but it's only one extra step. You just have to go in here and do it. And then you can add as many notes as you want. So like I said, you can update this top however you want it to be. You can update this however you want it to be. And then I have some for my coaches. This I don't really mess around with yet. But I have most of my coaches here who's Emerald. Obviously this is not right, but I want to eventually use this as part of like who's in the new coach training. Oh, I do have people in there. Okay. So it kind of just helps you like who's in the push to Emerald, who's in the push to Diamond, like who's in the different groups. Obviously right now my team is not as big, but it could help. I also want to start using this for all of my customers. Clearly I have 5 people in here, so I'm still not used to this, but coach prospects, these are all the people that I've invited to an open house or I've added them to an open house. We're discussing the details. I added them to the team, etc. I think this is kind of cool for prospects for that. And then my dream team. But most of it I use is just this networking one. I haven't figured out the rest of them yet. But so what else? Another thing is that this links to your Gmail. So let me show you what I mean. My email is a mess, but if you can see this girl here, she's in my Google Streak. So what happens is when I go into her name, like if I type her name up here, like say I want to see where was the last place what was the last email I sent her, if you're talking to people through email. So, oh wow, I have her in here twice. It's the same girl, but I have her in here twice. All right, so we'll go here. So this is her little box that I told you about where I'm like, I can change her and everything. And then you can see all of her emails come up here. Any email that we've ever had together will show up here. So it's kind of nice. It kind of filters them together. But I do most of my talking with people in Facebook, so I don't use this as much. But people who like this girl, I met her on Instagram. She filled out one of my forms for my challenge group. I sent her an email, and now she's in one of my pipelines under, let me see where she is. But see, now I can add her. She's under, where did it say she was? Crap, I missed it. There she is. So she's under my contacted, my invited. So then when I'm going through my follow-ups, I can just go under contacted, invited, and find her right there. So now I have her in there, and any emails that we have, I can just go in here and see them all. Another thing, so if I'm under my Hey Girls, and they're all in random order as how I added them. So if I'm trying to, now I know the search option at the top, but before when I was trying to find someone, I was doing A through Z, and I was looking for people this way. So you can do that, or you can do it by date created. So I did this today with people that I needed to follow up with, I think, and I did it oldest to newest. So I just would look back because we haven't talked since January, and I could just sort it that way as far as oldest to newest. I'm trying to think what else. Again, you can use this on your phone. You cannot, I read online, you cannot update like these top things or the categories. You can just move the people around and see the people. I haven't done it yet. I don't know if it's an app. I'm pretty sure it's an app, Google Streak. So maybe one day I might go into that, and that would be probably really nice because I'm not always able to get on the computer. That's the only downfall with this, is that it's not the reminders app, so it doesn't automatically show up on your phone or your iPad, but it is Google, and I really like Google. So, and you can download the app. It's just a matter of us figuring it out, but it'll probably help or be really nice. You can also share this with people, so I don't really know much about that. You can filter or sort. So like I was saying earlier with the programs, like I can filter programs, and then I can do like 21 Day Fix. I want to see everyone who is interested in 21 Day Fix. And it'll, obviously, I don't fill in the programs, but anyway, it'll come up with all those people. So that's kind of why I did the programs one. This way it's easy to kind of see who's interested in what, and you can just send them a quick message. So that's about it. To add someone, if I wanted to add someone, it's a new box, Callie. That's just how you add someone, new box. To delete a box, if you want to delete one, you would click, it's not going to let me do it because there's no one there. You would click this and do delete box. Oh, another really good thing. So that you don't duplicate people's names, you can do new box. Kate, I'm going to try and duplicate this one. See, she already pops up. Potential duplicate boxes, which I love that, because other lists that I would do in the past, even if it was in alphabetical order, or I don't know, just anything, I would always find like, oh my God, is this person on my list? And I feel like I would always be scrolling for them, or I was just always nervous that I would already have them in there. So I really like that it tells you that. So you know, it just prevents having duplicates. Unless, of course, you spell their name wrong, like that one girl. I need to find her. She recently got married, and today I added her on my list, and I thought she was on here, but when I added her, I did her new name, and oh my God, what am I doing? I did her new name, and so obviously it didn't. I need to delete this. Oh, goodness. So I think that's it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's everything. I just want to try to make sure that I'm not like forgetting anything. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I use it for. I've watched a few YouTube videos on this, and some people go like really in depth with like their columns, even Beachbody coaches. I've watched a few, and at first I was like, there's no way I'm going to use this. This is way too much. And then I started playing around with it, and I started just doing it the way I thought I would need it. And I still kind of mess around with it, but I've been using this for quite a while, since January, I guess, looks like. And I've loved it so far. But yeah, you kind of just have to play around with it and do what works for you. But that's it. I've never messed around with reports. You can also send mass emails. But the only thing is you have to have people's emails plugged in. And to be honest with you, I don't really know how to do that yet. I can't figure out where to put in their email. I don't know if we have to like start an email and then I can add it. I don't know. But eventually you can send a mass email. I think you would just like select all, or you can run that report like I did, the filter with the 21 Day Fix, and just send an email to all those people. So there's like a lot of potential to do lots of things with this, but this is what I use it for right now. Hope this helped. If you have any questions, just let me know.